Hey, welcome back to my Iron Man series. I hope you enjoyed the first episode, and, well, we'll just jump into it. The first thing I wanted to go over with you guys is the first episode lacked a little structure based on feedback, and I'm definitely working on it. Again, I want it to progressively show not only as the Iron Man gets better, but maybe I get a little bit better at developing videos, commentary, editing, that sort of thing. So it's going to be a work in progress for me, but again, more than anything, this is just kind of a way I can keep track of my own progression. So the first thing I did was I made a list, and unfortunately I don't have a big fancy beautiful graphic of it. I have a Word document. Essentially what I did was I broke down all the quests that I want to kind of make a rush for. Now some of the smaller ones that are like 5-minute, 10-minute quests, I'm leaving off the list. For example, Jungle Potion, I knocked it out earlier today. It doesn't need to be on the list. But the quests that I do have on this list may show prerequisites, and it's easy to assume the prerequisites kind of go with it. All this being said, I'm going to drag this over. Snap! And there we go. So, in no particular order, Gertrude's Cat, I've kind of got the benefits that I'm going to get from each one of these things, and I kind of have an idea of what's most important, and I'm going to maybe rearrange this list as I go. Gertrude's Cat is going to let me start trading in cats for 200 death runes per. I kind of want to start that early and maybe just, you know, even if it's just one cat a day, you know, that stuff's going to really add up over time. Monkey Madness is pretty easy, and I'm actually able to do it right now. I didn't realize it until a few minutes ago, but I can actually do Monkey Madness right away. There's a huge XP drop at the end of it that should bump me to like 30 defense and a bunch of other things and put me really close to being able to use the Dragon Scimitar. Underground Pass, the Ivan Staff, getting it with the 2,500 charges, that is my best in slot staff for a very long time. Dig Site is the prerequisite for Bon Voyage, and Bon Voyage opens up Fossil Island, Ultra Compost, Giant Seedweed, Birdhouses, Mahogany and Teak farming patches. Literally just everything for every skill that I don't really care about, like having to do Iron Man crafting. Originally, when I did it, I had to do the charter ship method. Probably one of the worst grinds I've ever experienced in RuneScape, period. Ultra Compost, I've been farming without Ultra Compost for years. On an Iron Man. I'm not kidding. I never bothered with Fossil Island. If it were there when I started it, the benefits are so much better than where my account is now. You know, these massive XP drops from questing don't mean anything if you've got, you know, 90s in combat, but right now it's literally like 20, 30 levels sometimes. It's stupid. It's awesome, and I'm going to abuse it as much as humanly possible. Dragon Slayer, really, I just need to start it. I put that the rune plate body's on there, but really, probably going to get a fighter torso or maybe obsidian armor. That might be a grind. We'll see. Fremenic Isles and Trials, that's pretty self-explanatory. Get the amazing helmet. That'll hold me over until I get my Slayer helmet. Priest and Peril opens up Mortania. So I want to specify a couple things. There are a couple, I've written them down here, and they should have been on the list here. There are a couple diaries that are really, really important to me here. I'm going to put Mortania Hard Diaries. So Mortania is really, really, really high up on my list of priorities for diaries because I want to get a Bone Crusher. That's it. I want a Bone Crusher more than anything, and the runes, the extra runes that I'll get from Barrows, are just gravy on top. But I've never had it. I still don't have it on my main account. I just really, really would like to have the Bone Crusher. It's going to make life so much easier in the long run. I can't even fathom how much prayer XP I have left on the ground. I don't even want to think about it. I kind of lose sleep about it at night. Nature Spirit opens up Fairy Tale Part 1 and 2. I still don't have fairy rings on my main account. I'm not kidding. I'm that demotivated to do quests, but on the new account, I'm very motivated to do quests. I don't know. Go figure. I know. I still didn't have Barrows gloves on the main account. I know. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. Merlin's Quest and Holy Grail are... you get the really big XP drops, and I believe that's where you get Chivalry and Piety. Full Graceful and Full Rogue are pretty important to me. I want to get them quickly. I don't know if I want to do them right away, as it's a fair-sized grind, and I think I'd rather be doing some quests in the meantime. So this is kind of a list of what I'm going for, and as I do them, I might just cross it off the list so we can keep track of it. I'm still working on maybe an item sheet of certain items that I really, really want to prioritize getting, because it's nice to have a little graphic and keep track of that stuff. But without further ado, welcome to episode 2. Well, it seems like I always end up back here. Before I get into my list and grinding, I think one thing that I'm really, really lacking right now is just cash. So I'm going to spend a few hours, I think, well, at least 1 or 2, just stealing as much silk from the stall as I possibly can. I can come back here in a little bit and trade it in, get 60 gold per on it. I guess I want to get like 30 or 40k. Like, I don't need anything crazy, but like, I've got no runes, and I'm going to want to dig into this list. Again, it's a lot of stuff, and I don't really know where I'm going to start. I have a feeling it's probably going to be dig site, because I want to open up Fossil Island as quickly as possible, and that might be on the agenda for tonight if I can get it going. So just want to give you guys an update. Alright, so I definitely just had to hop worlds, because I was thieving silk, and this guy, I could go back to the other world, but this guy decided that he was just a beefcake, and just hitting me for 666, like, just repeatedly, and, yeah, I noped out of there real quick, so got my butt kicked by an Artie Knight. It's a pretty low point in my life, so I thought I'd record it. Alright, so we're back on the questing grind, and first on the list, well, not the order that you saw, but first on my list was getting dig site taken care of. A couple things. Here are the stats for the account currently, and dig site has 2,000 herblore XP, which is way more than I have already. And also, wait, hold on. What's the last thing I need to do? I have something I need checking out. Okay, give him the tablet. Do I just use the tablet on him to end it? I don't know. Maybe I should... Wait, do I need to read this first? Okay. Do I just use this on him to finish it? Yes, okay. But also 15,000 mining experience. So I was at 19 mining, now I'm at 33 mining. Actually, just shot up over 400 total level 2. So that's awesome. I think next is going to be Bon Voyage, if I can make it happen. Also went to 17 herblore. Awesome. Okay. Just a quick sidebar. So I just teleported to Lumbridge from Ardoon. I've been turning in hundreds and hundreds of silk that I thieved earlier today, and I had to wait. I don't know what the time is that you actually have to wait when you steal the silk before you can sell it back to the same vendor and he doesn't realize it was you that stole. But yeah, I've got a nice decent cash stack, so I'm going to load up on runes and prep for a nice little questing grind. Just another mini update. I just cashed in all of my coins, essentially, and I got 4,000 casts of... What is it? Fire Strike? Is it Fire Strike? It's the one that caps out at 8, unless you... Ooh, yeah. Whatever. I'm gonna leave that in. I'm not editing that out. That sounds like work. But yeah, I got right around 4,000 casts. Couldn't have planned it much better. So lots more magic XP. Gonna be able to go and do questing for quite a bit now. So I should be set up, and we'll see where we end up. Food for thought. So I'm having to go through right now and do the... I have no idea. I'm having to go through right now and do museum kudos so I can get to where I want to be with Fossil Island. I don't know why they haven't put a system in the game where you could make a donation to the museum and basically be treated as a donor, and that gets you kudos as well. Because, I mean, it's a part of the game no one really likes. Like, I don't know anybody who likes getting museum kudos, but if you could just hand the museum, like, 1,000 gold per 1,000 gold per kudo or something like that, I would much rather thieve 100k worth of coins and turn it in to kind of skip all this. That's the end of my rant. It's just an idea. Tell me what you guys think. Well, good morning, ladies and gents. I have some sad news today. An old friend of mine. I've known him for about 3 years. Well, unfortunately, he's kicked the bucket. And this old friend is my chair, Old Faithful here. The seat is completely annihilated from years of friction and sweat. And yesterday, the bolt in the side of the chair connected to the armrest decided to go. So I am going to, unfortunately, have to part ways, run down to, I don't know, Staples or Walmart or somewhere and find myself a new chair today. So, maybe an F in the chat. Say something nice about him, because we've been through a lot together. Yeah, no, it's time for a new chair. It's happening. I'm going to try to do a better job of having the recorder on for these kinds of things, but right now we are coming up on the first big milestone on the account, in my opinion, and that's 55 magic. Here's actually the stat spread for everything, and just so you know what I've been doing behind the scenes, because I don't want to bore you with too much tedious stuff. Currently, I was farming kudos for the Varrock Museum so I can do Bon Voyage. I've already knocked out the dig site, and I think I've got 5 more to go, so I literally have to do one more very easy quest, and I'm going to have it. But I was getting kind of annoyed because Bon Voyage, for example, has lots of travel back and forth. So I figured, hey, I'll knock out 55 magic, which there's the magic level right there, actually. And I just got 43 hit points. Look at that. It's a beautiful little stack. Oh, I actually promised a viewer that I would do this. We are going to make a little move. So here goes the frame. Good. And here goes the webcam. I'm going to try it out up here for now. Someone else mentioned to me maybe trying the top right. I kind of like top left a little bit more. I'm just going to give it a go, see what happens. Nothing's written in stone. But there it is. 55 magic, 43 hit points, and 425 total level. And next time I talk to you, I might even be on Fossil Island. Who knows? Okay, so I'm getting ready to go knock out the observatory quest, but I had a thought, and I need to go to Falador anyways to make some molten glass for the quest. So I just went by Camelot, Catherby rather, and I'm also teleporting to Falador, so I figured why not go ahead and start producing super compost. I haven't got on it yet, but I've got a small stack of runes, so I should be able to consistently do it. I don't know the exact time frame off the top of my head for what I'll need to do. Molten glass, and hey, I got a crafting level out of that. Nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go stock up and get super compost flowing, and then once I'm done with Bon Voyage and I have Fossil Island opened up, that's probably going to be a method of mining I do. I might get a rune pick and mine some silly amount of volcanic ash, so I'm just ready to go and I can hit that grind as hard as possible. Plus, between the super compost XP that I get and a couple of quests that I'm going to do, hopefully I can skip a lot of the early game farming. Alrighty, just wrapping up the observatory quest. Actually just got a huge crafting XP jump, 2250. Payment depending on which constellation you observed. 2 quest points. So I got 17 crafting now. I can make bowstrings and I can make Zerashian robes, which I might go get those at some point. Okay. And then I get a reward. No, I've got the reward. The quest is done. That's it. Alright. Everything that we've been working on thus far in episode 2 has led up to this point. This has been the goal the entire time. We have Fossil Island. We can do pretty much everything now. We can make ultra compost. We can do bird houses. We can do hardwood trees. We can do giant seaweed. So we have a world of things to do, kind of like side stuff to whatever I'm going to be doing. So a couple times a day, pop over here, get lots of passive XP. That was kind of the whole point to begin with. I think this is probably the best spot, if any, to call it an episode and start working on what comes next, which I'm really excited to show you. Thanks for watching, guys.